Hello, welcome. My name is Chantal and I am a certified hand-in-hand instructor. Today I have the wonderful Belinda with me. Belinda, do you want to introduce yourself as well?
Hi Chantal, good to see you. Nice to say hello to everyone watching or listening in. I am a mum of two beautiful teen boys. I live in Perth, Western Australia, and I love Hand in Hand, and I certified in 2017.
Awesome. I also certified in 2017 and I'm in Sydney with two kids at 12 and 15.
Similar.
Yes. So I think we've both been very busy since we started on
Yeah,
this journey.
we
So
have.
let's launch straight in, but I'd love to know, do you have a favorite tool and tell me why it's your favorite?
Look, I'm a bit odd in that my favourite tool from the minute I learned about it and the minute I started using it was listening partnerships.
Mm.
Whereas a lot of people I've met and know well, I think for some people it can be really scary. For me, it was like, oh, this is like I get to be myself. I don't have to pretend. I've been given total license to just show up however I am. If anyone's listening and doesn't know what listening partnerships are, it's an agreement between two parents to meet regularly and to swap equal time. The listener just listens without giving any advice or criticism or judgment or interruptions. They just hold the goodness of the person speaking, and the speaker gets to just bleh. Um, bleh. So that's been such a profound help to me, like having that as an anchor point weekly or daily often. Just, I don't know, it's allowed my nervous system to just relax. It's given me a space to share how proud I am of my kids, how delightful they are, how wonderful they are, how much I just want to quit and I'm done with this or whatever it is that's happening. And not just parenting, sometimes other things have come up and it's been a real support through some other big challenges. So yeah, I love listening partnerships and I wish that space for all parents, a space where you can just feel held and supported and not have to, I don't know, pretend in any way. So I think that's a really powerful experience. Yeah.
Mm. Yes, well, I was one of the ones that was last to listening partnerships. Was it because I was scared? It was just I didn't think I needed them at the time. At the time, I felt like I had good friends and we were very open about what we're going through. And so to jump on all of the wonderful things you said, also it's uninterrupted and the other person won't refer back to anything you've said and they won't give their 2 cents worth or relate it to another time that happened to them, all of which can have their place in another relationship and another way of sharing. But it's all of those little factors that make listening very different and more powerful and much safer, I think, as well. So
Yeah.
was the last one I came to, the one I couldn't live without, though.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, it's like it's woven into my days.
Yeah.
The people I work with, we do listening time at the start of all of our meetings, at the end of our workshops. Um, the parents that I work with, I always introduce it, and often they are, a bit terrified or a bit freaked out by this weird thing of setting a timer and someone not
Mm.
really talking.
Yeah.
It is so different to how we normally converse.
Mm.
And often, I find interestingly, dads will often sort of say, no, no, I don't have much to say. No, no. But once they get the idea, they're like, okay, let me tell you. And it's just such a beautiful opportunity
Mm.
to just really work through things and figure stuff out because you are the person who knows your situation best. And
Mm.
given enough time and space and support, it's amazing
Mm.
the solutions that people come up with.
That's right. And because, as you said, yeah, some of us aren't socialized to share, some of us aren't socialized to listen, and particularly listening in a certain way that's very much when you're listening, you're just holding that the other person is good. The basis of it is that we know you know yourself better than anyone else, you know your family better than anyone else. There's no one better qualified to work things out, and that's all the other person's thinking whilst they're just listening attentively to you. And what a gift.
It is.
So yeah, since 2017, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing. So what has certification led to or meant for you
Ooh,
since?
it's led to a much happier home life. It was. I adored being a parent, and I had a real firecracker of a beautiful boy who had lots of big feelings. So over time, knowing how to support him, knowing how to connect even in the hardest moments in a way that supported him with the support of lots of listening time has really helped my boys to have, a much more positive relationship. It's helped me to feel much more centered and grounded and enjoy my days as a parent. And it's also really built my capacity such that it's 2019 that I went back into paid work after being in the home for like 10 years. And I work for a not-for-profit delivering parenting workshops, and Hand in Hand is one of the things that we deliver. So through the 6 or so years that I've been here, it's been really amazing getting to offer these ideas to thousands of parents in Perth. And just thinking as well, being able to embed some of the ideas in our organisation, because we also have early learning programs here. So working with those early educators to support them to learn about special time, and to support them, oh my goodness, to learn about how they really deserve and need support. They're caring for a whole bunch of little people. I don't know if you can hear, there's some of them in the background now. And they're so amazing. They really give so much and adore their work and the kids in their care. And it's really hard. So having, knowledge of listening partnerships, I think, has been very helpful organisationally, that lots of people have been able to build their own capacity. And that then ultimately means that children get the best of us. They get, the best care they can get, and the most sort of well-thinking adults they can get. So I love that it's slowly seeped into every area of my life.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So we've chatted a lot about certification in this chat today. So for anyone wanting to know what that means, so around April each year we do an intake, and that is for the September program that goes for 9 months, and it's a training intensive. And then after that, you can choose to become a Hand in Hand certified instructor. So take another sort of 3 months to go into all of that. And so that's something that we've done in the past, and it was very exciting for us. So if that's something you're thinking about, you just have to have done one of our foundational courses. So that's something that you could look at doing now, so that you're ready for April next year, which sounds far away, but I swear everything's just creeping up so quickly. And you've talked, obviously you're such a community builder, Belynda. That's very clear from what I know of you, but also just how you've spoken now. So I'd love to know, are you still in contact with people that you went through that process with? And how's your community growing since then as well?
I'm so fortunate that I remember when I first told my boy's dad that I was going to reach out on a forum for like a listening partner. And he was like, what? To some random stranger? So over time, my listening partnership sort of web has grown hugely. And a big part of that are the people that I went through the certification process with, including my mentor, and Heffron. She's been amazing over many years. We still do listening time, more than once a week usually. And there are a couple of people that I went through with. We have a group where we meet weekly. So it becomes this really beautiful connection over time, where they know your story. They never refer back to anything you share in listening time, but they have a really deep knowledge. And then I also have people on the other side of the world that I've never met. That I have one beautiful listening partner, Alice, who is in the Shetland Islands, and we always talk about we're literally on polar opposites of the planet. And she's in the freezing cold, windy, wild, force 11 gale winds, and I'm in Perth next to the beach, and sweltering hot some days. And yet we're incredibly connected and know with such depth about one another's struggles and successes and all the things. So it's a lovely way to build support. That 9 months or 10 months, I can't remember how long it was. How long was it? 9 months, 10 months?
Yeah, about 10 months, I think, at our time.
10 months. I remember when I first signed up for it, sort of going, whoa, this is a lot. There's a lot here. But actually, very quickly, it was an incredibly foundational support for me as a parent. And by the end of that year, it's like, what am I going to do without all this support? And so it really helped me build bridges to find more avenues for that support. And it's so interesting, Chantal, because I deliver lots of different parenting programs through the work that I do. And they're all like train for 3.5 hours, train for 4 days at maximum. When I tell people that Hand in Hand is like a really good chunk of training, and in fact I've done a few different uni degrees, it's really rigorous and thoughtfully put together. You come out of it feeling really confident and able to lead well and really well supported. So I think it's been one of the best things I've ever done.
Yeah, and the support's ongoing. You can always opt into more support, which I love as well.
Me too, and I think Hand in Hand does that so well, that as an active instructor, you have access to, weekly calls, monthly hub calls, incredible communities of practice. So yeah, their offer is there if you want to keep having that level of support, which I love.
That's right. Yeah. Awesome. So what's one thing that you want anyone watching today to take away with them?
So many of the parents I work with are really struggling with feelings of shame and guilt. And I know that I've experienced plenty of that as well. And so I do just love to thank parents and say that what you're doing is incredibly challenging, nuanced. It really is such a full job, and it's really delightful, of course, but it's so hard, and we so often don't have the support that we need and deserve. So I just love to thank parents for everything they're doing, and to say that any feelings they might have of guilt or shame, that you're not alone, and those feelings are really held with care and love by the people in this organisation and lots of people in the world too. So thank you to the parents who are listening.
Thank you. What a beautiful note. I can't wrap it up any better. Thank you everyone for listening, and thank you so much, Belynda, for being here and for your beautiful words. And Belynda is out there doing some amazing things in the world. Please do get in touch with her and with us here at Hand in Hand. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.